Now, while it's not conclusive, there is a lot more evidence that Trump could have been involved in tipping the scales of the election into his favor by illegally manipulating voting machines. And for more information on that, you might enjoy this video that I did called, "Yes, There is Evidence That Trump Hacked the Election."
For those of us that know Trump is a con man, a charlatan, and a criminal, not to mention he's convicted of about 34 crimes, it is not hard for us to understand that he would stage something like his own assassination. I mean, you don't have to be Ray Charles. You don't have to be Stevie Wonder. Hell, you can be all the blind people on planet Earth and have the vision of the Hubble telescope, be standing on the moon and could have seen this shit coming. And in this video, this wonderful, wonderful content creator, he is a journalist and his name is Scott Carney. You can find him on YouTube. He does good work. Puts out some compelling videos of his own of exactly why this is a complete conspiracy by Trump. Now, mind you, he does not believe that this was a conspiracy by Trump. The conspiracy hill that he's willing to die on, and I actually agree with his other conspiracy, is that Trump cheated the voting machines to steal the election in 2024. I actually agree with that, which makes me wonder, Scott, if you can agree that Trump would do that, why is it that you can't believe, based on your own evidence that the audience is about to see in this video, that Trump could have faked his assassination? And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to my channel. Please tell your congressmen, tell your friends, share my videos that I have the plan to reduce gun violence. And that plan is putting microchips in guns, maybe even putting thumb pressers in guns so that you have to use your thumb to get the gun to work, in high power, high caliber rifles. And when you put the microchip in there, it will send a ping anytime a high caliber rifle gets within 2-mile radius of any highly populated area, giving plenty of time to alert the police, and they can pull up where that thing is tracking on their own technology to see where these high powered guns are at. And I'm not considering this for handguns, but only high-powered long-range rifles. And for all you folks that want to say, "Oh, I don't want the government tracking me," have you stopped using your damn cell phones yet?
Is that Trump's wound was incredibly minor, considering that he'd just been shot by a high-powered AR-15 style rifle. Later, Trump appeared with a bandage on his ear, but the wound seemed to disappear shortly afterwards, leaving no obvious scar. Now, the second piece of evidence that they put forward is that the Secret Service acted very weird during the assassination, including possibly moving photographers into position for a better photo op in a way that looked planned. Now, here's one video making the rounds on social media that was originally taken by Blake Marnell, also known by the handle Brick Suit, who notes the suspicious movements of Trump's security detail. Now, the original is a little hard to follow, but fortunately another poster made this version that clearly shows the most concerning elements. Okay, so we see this guy, moments after shots were fired, a member of Trump's team rushes to the side of the stage to gather photographers. Now, he is going to be the main character in our event moving forward. You can see he's sort of like a younger Secret Service agent. So he goes off to the left, and we have our, the guy holding the camera saying, "We love you, Trump."
Either that or they're covered. We don't know.
And, wait for it. Wait for it. Trump gets up. You can see roughly where this is. The huddle of people has gone over, and then we see photographers coming in from the left side of the stage. Okay, and we see the blue guy again, running along with these people. Now you can see here, the flag is being lowered into position, or maybe the wind is just dying down and the flag is going lower. But you also see this man in the blue shirt. That is Evan Rucci, who takes the famous photograph. And then the reporters continue over to the right. And here's the final piece of evidence. He continues to move with the photographers into position with help from his colleagues, and he actually makes physical contact with the photographers. And so what this is saying is that this Secret Service agent is literally choreographing the movements of the press, and that looks damning. Now, skeptics suggest that there's not nearly enough blood coming out of his ear if he had been hit by what I am assuming was something similar to a Remington A223 rifle round. Now, on direct contact, a round like that would leave a large cavity in the target because of the gas bubble around the lead that would do substantial physical damage. Skeptics point out that Trump would have had a much more serious injury if he'd been hit by a bullet. They variously note that he could have been injured instead by broken glass from a teleprompter or the expanding gas around the bullet as it raced through the air. Now, both of those things, they seem plausible.
Next video you're going to see is the big homie, the pastor from VA, that broke down what everyone was thinking who knows Charlie Kirk and MAGA are criminals, crooks, and racists. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Charlie Kirk did not deserve to be assassinated. But I'm overwhelmed seeing the flags of the United States of America at half-staff calling this nation to honor and venerate a man who was an unapologetic racist, spent all of his life sowing seeds of division and hate into this land. Hearing people with selective rage who were mad about Charlie Kirk but didn't give a damn about Melissa Hortman and her husband when they were shot down in their home tell me I ought to have compassion for the death of a man who had no respect for my own life. I am sorry, but there's nowhere in Bible where we are taught to honor evil. How you die does not redeem how you lived.
Folks, where was the lie that the pastor said? I mean, this man said, how you die does not redeem the way you live. And he's absolutely true. He's absolutely true. Charlie Kirk was a racist, a misogynist. He didn't like minorities. He didn't like women. And he used God as a vessel to manipulate those who are not that critically thinking smart. He said, how do you have selective rage and selective compassion? Another good one by this pastor. And now, I'm not a Christian. I don't really believe in a higher power. But for those of you that are Christians who don't believe in MAGA, did this speak to you? This should be ran on a loop. Anytime someone is talking about Charlie Kirk in a good light, you should hear this pastor. And I know, just like the pastor and many of you watching this video, you were sickened to see how many white people actually drop flags, and in NFL games, they was taking moments of silence when 72% of most NFL teams are black people, and these are people that Charlie Kirk demeaned. Come on, man. Next video you about to see is someone that's in Hollywood, the big homie Mark Ruffalo, who is a fantastic actor. I love his role as the Incredible Hulk in the MCU. This man is so versed in politics. He actually believes in Zoram Mondani, and he wants to know why is it that the top brass in the Democratic Party is not immediately jumping behind him. Well, we'll talk about it after you watch the big homie Mark Ruffalo.
These guys won't even endorse Mondani. Like, are they the leaders the Democratic Party need at this moment?
They are the absolute antithesis of what the Democratic Party needs right now. And I hate to say that, but these guys are on such the wrong route for what we need. We have an antidote to this populist message. We finally have the left's version of how we do this and help people, and we do it for everybody. We don't exclude anybody. Even MAGA, you're welcome to come. We're talking to you. These are your politics. These are your issues that you need to have dealt with, and we hear that, and we're actually going to do it.
Yeah. Young men are flocking to him, which Democrats struggle with.
Yes, I mean, so
he's leading with Jewish voters too,
but
despite all the
what
propaganda.
is it
That they won't endorse him?
Why? Chuck Schumer, why are you doing this? Hakeem Jeffries, why are you doing this? You are
Do you think it's the donors?
It's the donor class.
And their own cowardice?
Once the Democrats became, well, it started with Citizens United. You talk to any politician, they'll tell you they spend 3/4 of their time on the phone. They hate fundraising. They hate it. And they spend all of their time on the phone raising funds, okay? And it's not like us when we give our money. We give our $2,000. We're not calling them every day like, what the hell are you doing? These people throw in their $1 million, $500,000, $100,000 into a PAC, and they own that. They got Chuck Schumer's cell phone, okay?
Yep.
They own it.
His flip phone.
This one is flip phone.
The leader of the Democrats doesn't have a smartphone.
I think the world's just left that behind now. You know, Chuck is a sweet guy, and I've known him for a long time, and he's done good things.
But it's time for him to go.
But they're not up to the moment.
They're not up to the moment. That's the key point. We're like facing fascism.
We are facing fascism, and they're acting like this is just another.
I gotta write a sternly worded letter.
Sternly worded letter. Ah!
Yeah, they need the Hulk. They need the Hulk.
They need something.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Ruffalo gets it. The man is standing on business. He knows exactly why we can't get the top brass in the Democratic Party to go progressive. It's because they answered the AIPAC. He mentioned it in this video. The actual frustration that you see from him in this clip is how everyone should speak. And it's also how anyone who's a celebrity that has any inkling of power and influence, you've got to be speaking up right now too, because the Democratic Party is holding us back from progress. Look at how Trump has moved the right so far to the right that they're in the gutter with the sewer rats. I mean, taking the country all the way back to 1950, maybe even 1930, to the point where we have a crooked Supreme Court that has ruled with him 17-0 in special situations. 17-0. And now, since we're not going to get our own progressive party anytime soon, people, it is up to us, it is up to you, it is up to major celebrities and rich people to force the Democratic Party to get more progressive, to force the hand of rich donors to get out of the way and let the party go progressive. And it's frustrating to me that more rich people are willing to let the country go extremely far right than they are extremely to the far left, because if they let it go left, you know what happens, ladies and gentlemen? It takes power away from them and puts the power into your hands. What Zoram Mondani stands for is taking away this broke down system of trickle down capitalism and open it up to a form of socialism that we all can use. And anytime you hear someone give you a little bit of opposition to socialism, remind them that rich people and corporations are already socializing our money for their gain, and then they want to tell you not to socialize the money for your gain so that they can keep all the money for themselves. Anytime Amazon moves into a new community, they are getting money from the government, money that you too should also be able to get. So whenever you hear these fucking Republicans out here talking about they're working their finger to the bone and they don't want nobody to have nothing, ask them, are they okay with Amazon getting all this money? And if they are, why is it not okay for the regular human being, the regular person in society, to get their hands on some of the money for basic necessities? And let's just say small business folks to run their businesses. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. Please go to my link, beacons.ai/politics of being black. There you can keep up with all my new videos. You can download the podcast. You can get on my newsletter where I find interesting things that you might not find in the news. You can also see what I'm doing on IMDb, trying to get into film. You can also follow all my other YouTube channels where I do movie and TV show reviews. And until that next Sexy as Hell video, I leave with my favorite girl who made one of my favorite quotes of all time, that bad woman, Jasmine Crockett.
Bleach blonde, bad built bush body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built bush body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built bush body.